Hello students! Welcome to Math and Magic. For this video, I will discuss geometric means. By definition, the terms between any two given terms of a geometric sequence are called geometric means. In the geometric sequence 2, 6, 18, 54, and 162, there are three geometric means. These are 6, 18, and 54. Take note that the common ratio of consecutive terms in this sequence is equal to 3. That can be obtained by dividing succeeding terms by the preceding terms. Here, 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Now in this lesson, I will teach you how to find specific number of geometric means by determining the common ratio. For our first example, insert 3 geometric means between 1 and 625. Illustrating the sequence, that will be 1, a sub 2, or the second term, a sub 3, the third term, a sub 4, the fourth term, and 625. Now to solve for the means, we need to find first the common ratio. There are two ways to solve this. First is using the n-term formula of a geometric sequence. That is given by a sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Notice that in the sequence, the first term is equal to 1. And since we need to insert 3 terms in between, that makes 625 the fifth term. Thus, n is equal to 5. And a sub 5 is equal to 625. Now substitute these values in the formula. That will be 625 equals 1 times r raised to 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. 1 times r raised to 4 is simply r raised to 4. Getting the fourth root of the left and right sides of the equation to solve for r, fourth root of 625 are positive and negative 5. Fourth root of r raised to 4 is simply r. Thus, the common ratio are positive and negative 5. In this case, there are two sets of geometric means between 1 and 625. If r is equal to positive 5, continuously multiplying this from the first term, the sequence will be 1, then 1 times 5 is equal to 5, that's the second term. 5 times 5 is equal to 25, that will be the third term. 25 times 5 is 125, that is the fourth term. And lastly, 125 times 5 is 625. Hence, when the common ratio is positive 5, the geometric means are 5, 25, and 125. Now, if the common ratio is negative 5, the second term is negative 5. The third term will be 25. That is negative 5 times negative 5. Fourth term is negative 125. And the fifth term, which is 625. Now, in this set, the geometric means are negative 5, positive 25, and negative 125. Now, another way of solving the common ratio, which I find easier, is using the formula r equals m plus 1 root of a sub n over a sub 1, where r is the common ratio, m refers to the number of geometric means in between, a sub n is the indicated term, typically that's the last term, and a sub 1 or the first term. Using the given 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and 625, solving the common ratio, that is r equals 3 plus 1, since we need to insert 3 geometric means, m will be equal to 3. Or simply, fourth root of 625 divided by 1. So 625 divided by 1 is simply 625. Finding the fourth root of 625, those are positive and negative 5. This proves that the common ratio is really equal to positive and negative 5. Doing the same process earlier, The geometric means for this item are positive and negative 5, positive 25, and positive and negative 125. For our second example, find two geometric means between negative 2 and 1/4. Illustrating the sequence, that is negative 2, a sub 2, a sub 3, and 1/4. Following the previous procedure, we will solve first the common ratio. Using the n-term formula, a sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1, where a sub 1 in this example is equal to negative 2, n is equal to 4. Since we already have two terms, we need to insert 2. The total number now of terms is 4, so which is also the position of 1/4. It is the fourth term. Solving for r, or the common ratio, 1/4 is equal to negative 2 times r raised to 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. Dividing both sides by negative 2 to isolate r cubed. Left side now will be 1/4 over negative 2. Getting the reciprocal of negative 2, then multiply it by 1/4. 1/4 times negative 1/2, product is negative 1 over 8. On the right side, we have r cubed. Getting the cube roots of both left and right terms, r now is equal to negative 1/2. Thus, the common ratio in this example is negative 1/2. Using the alternative formula, m plus 1 root of a sub n over a sub 1 to verify if r is correct, that is cube root of 1/4 over negative 2. Again, the radicand or the inside part in the cube root is the same as negative 1 over 8. Getting its cube root, r is equal to negative 1/2. After we identify the common ratio, we will continuously multiply this value from the first term. Negative 2, next term will be negative 2 times negative 1/2, or simply positive 1. Next, positive 1 times negative 1/2, that is negative 1/2. Lastly, negative 1/2 times negative 1/2 is positive 1/4. Hence, the two geometric means between negative 2 and 1/4 are 1 and negative 1/2. For our last example, 12 government employees filed their statements of assets and liabilities and net worth, or SALN. Their net worth, defined as assets minus liabilities, are in a geometric sequence. If the first employee has a net worth of 1,000 pesos, the second has a net worth of 2,000 pesos, the third has a net worth of 4,000 pesos, and so on, how many of them are millionaires? Again, according to the problem, the net worth of the 12 employees are in a geometric sequence. Elements are 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, and so on. Solving the problem, we first need to identify the given in this example. The first term is 1,000. Solving the common ratio, we will divide succeeding terms by preceding terms. 2,000 divided by 1,000 is 2. Thus, the common ratio is equal to 2. Forming our working equation, here we will use the n-term formula of a geometric sequence. A sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to quantity n minus 1. Also, we need to consider equating the formula by 1 million, since the problem asks how many of them are millionaires. Therefore, we need to solve for n value. Working equation now will be 1 million equals 1,000, that's the first term, times 2, the common ratio, raised to n minus 1. Dividing both sides by 1,000, 1 million divided by 1,000 is simply 1,000. Then right side will be 2 raised to n minus 1. By estimation, the last equation suggests that n is between 10 and 11. since 2 raised to 10 minus 1, or simply 2 raised to 9, is equal to 512. And 2 raised to 11 minus 1, or 2 raised to 10, is equal to 1024. Now, if n is equal to 11, a sub 11 is equal to 1000 times 2 raised to 11 minus 1. Again, 2 raised to 11 minus 1 is simply 2 raised to 10, or 1024. 1024 times 1000 is equal to 1,024,000. Thus, the 11th employee is a millionaire. And since there are 12 employees, we expect that the 12th employee is also a millionaire. To verify that, we use the formula a sub 12 equals 1000 times 2 raised to 12 minus 1. 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. 2 raised to 11 is 2048. Multiplying this by 1000, the product is 2,048,000. Clearly, this means that the 11th and the 12th employees have net worths of 1,024,000 and 2,048,000 respectively. Hence, there are 2 millionaires among the 12 employees. Thank you for watching. God bless.